Hello everybody, today we are coming with a report from the HR meeting. And what day is today? Today's the 7th, December 7th. There was an HR meeting that talked about many things around the agenda, but what concerns me is off-agenda items that were openly discussed. And we had really no idea, looking at the agenda, what this was all about. But what I call today's meeting is a 0-star meeting. I mean, you can have 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 10-star things if they're really good. This basically was a 0-star meeting when it comes to the citizens of Dodge County. Dodge County citizens were basically thrown under the bus by department heads. That's the tall and the short of it. There was an HR meeting that was full of what I call politically incentivized propaganda. Excuse me, it's politically incentivized propaganda. There were a lot of opinions and impressions given that really shouldn't have had a place at this meeting with the discussions that were going on. Citizens of Dodge County really should be a little bit angry about what's going on there. But what's really concerning is this is nothing new. It's just that we discover it now because we're attending these meetings that usually are held during the day, during the week, when we're all at work. But somehow all these department heads can get off of work and get paid to come to these meetings to trash you, the citizens of Dodge County. They were trashing the Board of Supervisors, some members of the Board of Supervisors who are representing you. So you are really in their sights. This is real disappointing. Misinformation that we really don't even think is worth repeating is what was propagandized there. And it just went on and on. This was a well-orchestrated event. Off-agenda, well-orchestrated event of insubordination. I know it's strong words, but I'm on the inside now. We recalled our supervisor. I am on the Board of Supervisors. I can see what's going on more now than ever before. This is totally wrong, but it's not new. This has been going on for years and years. That's why we the people are taking action now, and that's why Free and Dodge has come into existence. That's why you are a part of Free and Dodge. That's why we as a group have the power to bring Dodge County back to balance again, to common sense, to a place where people understand who they're accountable to. You think about it, we have the general public, we the citizens, who elect supervisors, our representatives, who then hire our administrator. The administrator is in charge of the heads of the department, and all the employees are in charge, are under that head of the department. So we have our order of authority. Dodge County right now is sort of flipped on its head. We have heads of departments and some employees, not all. There is a minimum of employees that are actually, maybe some being coerced into joining this effort, but most employees, they just want to come do their job like they're supposed to. They get paid for their job and they get job well done, but those are the ones we don't hear from. The employees that we seem to be hearing the most from are the ones that are with this effort to get something more out of us citizens. We're being thrown under the bus for, right, today they're talking about a 3.5% cost of living increase plus a $1,200 a year ARPA funded bonus just for government employees. On top of that, there's merit increases and merit increases and step increases. So this is all coming every year, and granted in 2020 they missed one. Who knew what was going to happen in COVID? But before the McGrath study was implemented in July, on July 1st, all missed step increases were given prior to the McGrath study being put in place, so that no one really would have missed out on any step increases. There's a lot of stuff like this that is not being mentioned. Now, I'm putting together information now, and we'll put a post on Free and Dodge within the next week that is going to show you that nobody is really hurting here. Everybody all along the way, before I was on the board, has, as an employee, received step increases or increase in wages on an annual basis, cost of living increases on an annual basis. But this last year, with everything that's going on, things have sort of been upset, which is understandably so. But why all of a sudden come on so strong? Because they know there's a new board coming in April. They know that this foolishness, this insubordination has got to stop. Because we are coming on. We have 12 people from Free and Dodge that are going to be joining the race in April to run for a Board of Supervisor position. I want you to help us out there, support us as you find ways to in future videos. But these people, the heads of the departments, they know, and some of the supervisors also know, that the board's going to be different in April. And they're doing things now to try to beat that. Take, for instance, the new contract for the sworn officer division. The sheriff's department still has a, you know how sometimes words can just slip your mind? Union. I'm sorry, it's such a simple word. I couldn't think of it. They still have a union, but they are now working on a 3-year contract. Now what happens if they get a 3-year contract passed? This next board has nothing to say about what is agreed to in this contract. So these are the kind of things that are happening behind the scenes that you wouldn't know about unless Free and Dodge would be coming forward with it. So we are concerned, and we're trying to put a hold on this type of thing so we can put a hold on the ridiculous activity that's going on in Dodge County and has been going on for so many years. There are many supervisors who are on board with fixing this. This isn't just myself and a few others. There are quite a few that want something different here, but the powers that be are still very strong, and they are pulling out all the stops right now. So this meeting here was a real travesty, actually, but it was very revealing. Ashley had to endure it. I couldn't go today. She endured it. She was being blasted. I mean, anybody who was trying to inform you all of what's going on, whether it be through video, through Free and Dodge, through social media, anybody who was participating in letting the public know what's going on in Dodge County was verbally abused and attacked and made out to be the bad guy. And that is simply not true. We're just trying to bring everything out in the open now so we can openly discuss it. They don't want that. And this again is happening because they see that the people are getting involved, and there will be contested races in April. Insubordination is really the foundation of all our problems here. And in this meeting, we had one of our department heads give high praises to our administrator for all he has done and who he is. Ironically, there are 3 cases of insubordination documented against him right now, and a 4th one coming, and maybe a 5th. And this is the man that's leading all the department heads. So is it any surprise that the department heads are falling into this quicksand of insubordination so blatantly and openly as they did today? It was orchestrated. There was even a department head that came in almost on the run with his coat on yet, and when he came up to the front, maybe he'd be the 4th or 5th one speaking, he said, well, I won't add to what the previous speakers have already said. How did he know what they said? He wasn't even there. It was orchestrated. This is the type of thing that shouldn't happen, but it is happening. Anything else? You know, there are these things called annual you bring your employees in to consider how they've worked, how they are accomplishing their jobs. It's an evaluation, annual evaluation. Well, our administrator is supposed to be evaluated once a year also. Last year it didn't happen because of COVID, right? This year, the executive committee, who was in charge of that evaluation, some of the committee members wanted to have this evaluation last month and this month, but it doesn't happen. It's being delayed. What was the excuse I heard last month? Well, our administrator is too busy right now. Since when does an employee tell the employer he's too busy to have his annual evaluation? See, this is the picture here, and we are standing now as citizens, free in Dodge, and some supervisors saying, stop, no more, this is not right. And this meeting today is really big evidence that this problem is still there, but we're starting to get them running. They are trying to compensate for what we are doing, and we're not going to stop doing that. We're not going to stop pressing. As I said, we have a dozen or so citizens that are going to be running for supervisor, and we're going to be a new board that's going to start bringing Dodge County back to the people again, back to common sense, back to what's right, back to subordination, back to a more efficient government, no more government waste, fiscal responsibility. We're going to have individual liberty being looked at again, because that's a question right now too. So that is a big point of what Free and Dodge is about, especially after today's meeting. We would have never expected this to happen. It was so orchestrated that the press was actually notified beforehand that it was going to happen. They wanted the press there to cover this, to get all this stuff out there, to spread this disinformation, to spread this false information, and legitimize it, and to prop up their house of cards. We won't allow it. We're going to expose it. We're going to come out and call them on it, because we know it's there, we know it's true, we've seen it again. So Free and Dodge is going to be a part of it. We ask you to stand with us. We will continue to inform you of matters, but if you could, call your supervisor or email your supervisor, say no to the department head's demands here. It's like if you have a little child and they keep bugging you about stuff. I want that cookie. I want that cookie. Well, eventually you probably say, oh, go ahead and have one. We don't want to do that. They've been doing that for the last I don't know how many years. Now we have said, no, you can't have that cookie right now. And look what's happening. So say no to the department's head's demands. Say no to the 2022 budget amendment. Yeah, go figure. We passed a budget last week or so, 2 weeks ago. Every supervisor who wanted to amend the budget was supposed to bring that amendment to the county administrator and to the head of the finance committee 2 weeks prior to that meeting. Well, guess what? They forgot one? Well, we want an extra 2% cost of living increase here. We want to amend the budget. Why didn't they bring it ahead of time? Because they knew it would not have fly. Now they're going to bring it and try to force it upon. Back then, if we brought an amendment to the budget, we had to make sure the budget stayed balanced. You had to find the money somewhere else if you took it away or added it or whatever. Now all of a sudden, you don't have to do that. So do that. Say no to tax to the max. That's what they're talking about too. Say no to the ARPA funding of government bonuses, and say no to insubordination. So do that, please, and we will, as the people, keep on pressing for what's right. Thank you.